Level Gaming Club Worst Pickup episode 153.
Holy shit, 153?
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes. See, we do karate, we get loose.
Got my tight pants on, so I can't do the over the head kick.
You got your fucking game dump shirt on.
Have respect for heroes now.
Alright guys, I'm Dan, that's Nick. We are a pickup show of all sorts of medias. And this week we got a really fun episode because we got some packages from some friends. We got some thrifting finds, we got some Amazon finds, we got some limited run games.
There you go.
So it's the whole gamut. So this should be a really fun episode for you guys out there. And we're also going to ask you for something a little bit later. This is a great idea. I'm shocked we didn't think of this earlier.
I love great ideas.
So, right off the bat, I was on Facebook. Because you look at the marketplace on Facebook. You ever do that?
Yeah, every now and then.
It's getting harder and harder to find because there's so many other hip people to what's going on that it's very competitive. Yeah. So, I was looking, and it was about 2 hours from me, and I see a lot of Wii games. There's 11 of them for $10. I see something in there really special.
It better be special. Wii games are usually pretty janky.
I know, they are pretty janky. What caught my eye right away was this Maximum Racing Super Carts. So you're not gonna...
Yeah, I don't collect Wii, so I don't know.
Maximum Family Games, you see that on the front box there, you see in the bottom?
Yeah.
Means that it's fucking near impossible to find. So these stupid racing games they pumped out are anywhere from $20 to $60, depending on the market. So that caught my eye right away. I was like, wow, all right. Well, if that's a $20 game, there's already, you know, a little meat on the bone there.
Oh yeah. And
then I see Men in Black. I know this isn't an expensive game, but for some weird reason, it's a little tougher to come by. Complete. Yeah, not a great game by any means, but once again, if you're collecting... And then there was one game in the middle of the stack that I'm like, you gotta be kidding. This is a fucking joke, right? Like, it's a setup, you know? Someone, like, knows what's going on.
And just messing with you.
Just messing. What do I see? American Mensa Academy. Ho!
That's a good find.
So we know that's one of the holy grails right there. And for, what, 90 cents that I paid for it? I was shocked. Like I said, I went to Massachusetts. I met up with this guy. He gave me the address to the police station first. And I'm like...
that makes sense.
Well, no, I'm like, I can't find you. I thought we were going to meet at the police station. And he's like, no, my house is near the police station. I'm like, oh, this is really getting weird. But lo and behold, there it was. There was a few other games in the lot. I traded those back into GameStop to get $5 out of the $10 I spent. So for $5, I kept those three.
That's a win-win. And
that's awesome. That was a heavy hitter I really needed. Tight White, I got that shit. You used to have that shit, then you sold it.
Fantastic.
So what happens is, when something like that happens, when you're collecting for the Wii, you know, because now I'm like, oh, I'm down to 9 games. I'm like, I need to get aggressive now.
Oh, yeah. Now's
the time. So I went online, and I purchased The Voice, I Want You. Yeah, oh, I know. It's game only. The bundle would have come with a microphone, but this cost me $8. Had I got the microphone bundle, it would have been at least $45-50. So we don't need to do that. I'm sure I can use any microphone that I have, and it should work just fine.
Oh yeah.
That's saying if I'm going to play it, which I probably won't.
Yeah, no one should, to be honest.
Then, you know, I'm down in Massachusetts after I pick up my lot, and I go to a GameStop, and I look on the shelf. I'm like, any Wii games, anything odd? And what do I see? Donkapon Kingdom.
It's Dokapon.
Thank you, sir. I'm not Japanese, but you are. I had a disc only, so now we have a complete copy right here. And it didn't cost me anything.
Well, there you go.
And you've played that.
I have played way too much of this game.
Nick knows this game really well. I don't.
It's like a weird RPG board game.
With 4 players.
Yeah. You gotta play dirty, humiliate your rivals, and no extra controllers needed.
How is the pacing on that game?
Oh god, it's so slow.
So that's the problem with board games when you play as video games. That the pacing is always really bad.
Yeah.
So that was how my week started. That's a great start to the week.
That's a fantastic start right there.
Very inspiring. Over the last couple weeks, I've been hitting up some GameStops. So we got some GameStop grabs real quick right here for you. First up, we got this Atelier Alchemist of the Dusk Sky. So there's 3 in this trilogy. I think there's 2 different trilogies on the PS3.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I own all but one of those.
Yes.
Because I traded you my box and I
Yeah.
don't actually have the normal game of that.
So kind of cool to find this because for some weird reason they're not expensive, but they're just kind of hard to find.
They're actually fun as hell too.
Well, we're learning.
I enjoy them. I'm not
Learning
very
something
good.
new right there.
Exactly.
We got Assassin's Creed 3, which I've never dabbled with, but it was a Wii U game I didn't have, and it was dirt cheap.
No, it was alright.
And I think I'm just gonna go for a complete Wii U.
I told you that, and you're like, why? And I'm like, there's only like 100 games.
I know. Well, I'm already like more than halfway there, and if I can find it randomly, I'll pace myself. I'm not gonna force myself. We got Majin and the Forsaken Kingdom.
I've seen it when I worked at GameStop. I never played it. Never heard of it.
I have the PS3 version, but supposedly the 360 version's a little bit better. Don't know. Once again, that was cheap. It was like $2 and change. We picked up War Tech, which looks like a flying mech space one-on-one fighter. We upgrade.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it, to be honest.
Once again, it was under $3. I don't know much about it. Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, that's weird.
Finally found a copy of Ninja Blade.
I like how you say that like you've been needing it forever.
I have. This, I don't know why, but this game, for some weird reason, is really, really difficult to find. A complete copy, not easy.
Looks terrible.
It looks
It does, but it's from Soft, so I mean they made Dark Souls.
yeah. We got what is this? J-Star's Verse. So this is an anime fighting with a bunch of different.
Yeah, sounds right.
I don't know much about it, to tell you the truth. But it was one I didn't have on the PS4, and I'm trying to catch up with Roaming Dan.
That's what it looks like. Over 50 characters from 32 different series. There you go.
There it is. That says it all. Picked up Mafia 3.
Never played that one. 2 was really fun.
Yeah, this one got kind of shelled. I remember when it first came out, it dropped right away.
Oh yeah, it was like 2 weeks later. It was $20, and I was like, oh, that's not a good sign.
Yep. And the last one I found at GameStop was this 428 Shinbaya Scramble.
Shibuya.
Thank you very much. This right here is a game I never see on the shelves
Never even heard of it until
right now. So maybe a heads up, guys, if you're a hardcore collector and you want something that is going to be harder to find down the road, I'm assuming this might be it.
Yeah.
This is a kind of choose your own adventure. It's a real movie. They shot a movie with different paths that you can take with different consequences depending on what you choose. So a neat concept.
Just want to point out that cat
Yes.
is actually in almost all the cutscenes from the game interacting with everyone.
All right.
He's throwing someone right there. I need to play this now. That's fantastic.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the music portion of the pickup, guys. We got a bunch of cassette tapes that my buddy Clint traded me. And we're going to pop right into these. These are all very nostalgic. And most of these are pretty good albums that I'm pretty familiar with. First up, we got The Cult Ceremony. We got Trickster. We got Dangerous Toys. We got Michael Monroe, frontman of Hanoi Rocks. We got Slaughter. I had this cassette tape when I was a kid. We got Psychedelic Furs, Mirror Moves, wonderful album. We got some Japanese hair metal, Loudness. 2 albums from them. Familiar with them, never really listened to an album though. We got Accept, which has my favorite song on this album by Accept, I'm a Rebel. We got a couple Wasp tapes here. We got a single for Animal, Fuck Like a Beast, and another one, Live Animal. Funny story, I used to go to the record store when I was a kid once a week with my grandmother. She would bring me and give me, $10 to pick up a new cassette tape. And I went in and picked up a Wasp album. It might have been one of these, actually, because I came out of the store. She looked at it and she was like, you need to return that. And I was like, I'm not returning that. Turned into a big argument, but I ended up keeping the tape. But, obviously those trips to the record store kind of slowed down after that. We got a bunch of Stryper albums. Big fan of Stryper. I know it's on the religious front, and I don't love that aspect of it, but To Hell with the Devil, damn, so catchy, really well played. So look at that, we got 4 Stryper albums. And the last 2, we got Too Fast for Love and Shout at the Devil. These 2 right here, I mean, this was my childhood. Inspired me to want to play music, and fucking just so cool. God damn, look at them. Awesome. So thanks, Clint, and we're gonna get back to the video game pickups. Amazon, a couple weeks back, I see a little sale. I go on cheapassgamer.com.
Yep.
It's important because they give you a lot of information. This was one of those that they informed me about for $15. We got this Senran Karuga Burst Renewal.
Bountiful bosoms bloom again.
So, for $15 to get the big box collector's edition that has a pin set, it's got a soundtrack, obviously the game in there. You really can't beat that.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty neat. And we know this series is all about titties.
Yeah.
Big jiggling titties, yeah.
Big old titties.
So, my idea, Nick. I had this morning before you got here.
Okay.
Why don't we offer the people, you people out there, a chance to share your pickups? Why can't we start a new segment? Maybe, we get a couple people per week. You can send us in a 1-minute clip showing us what you found. You can pick one game, your best game. You can show 3 games, but just keep it under a minute. Tell us how you found it, why it's so cool to you. And you send it in, we'll watch it, and we'll comment on it.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, let's get more interactive here. We got a really good community of people out there that collect, and there's a lot of people that are new that are coming in that are just getting into collecting, and they get excited to watch the show. So let's make this full circle.
All right, we'll get excited to watch you guys. You get excited to watch us. I like it.
So down below, what you can do is you can shoot us a message on our Facebook, or you can just drop me an email with the clip. So either way, but check in the comments for both of those.
I'm gonna be checking.
Next up,
I don't even know what's in this.
we got a package right here from Limited Run Games. Oh, this is kind of cool though. I've been sitting on this one for a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. And what do we have here? We we got our collector's edition of Shenmue 3. That's a pretty sexy box, you gotta admit.
You know what I like about this?
What do you like?
That they put the cardboard to fit this box and then wrapped it so this ain't gonna bounce around like every other collector's edition that you open. You're like, why is it all damaged?
So this is the first time they actually were like, we gotta make sure we don't fuck this up.
Oh no, people were waiting for that for so long. You can't mess that up.
So, real nice big box here. The game supposedly plays just like the originals.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, that's a wonderful thing. This is exciting.
Have you played the originals in a while?
Yeah,
they're not good.
No, the PS4 version is great because the loading times are... That's not an issue anymore.
Oh, no, not the loading times. The game itself is
I like it. I guess I grew up with it.
I don't know, they're so slow and grindy and just... I don't know, what do you guys think?
You get to go to the arcade, though.
I'm gonna go to a real arcade if I want to go to
no, I don't have to leave my house. Either way, this is really neat. I believe this was limited to 5,000. And the way they released it was very odd, I remember. So,
I didn't even know they did it. I didn't...
They released on an odd day. It wasn't a Friday. So, a lot of people were pissed off, but not me because I got one.
You were like, too bad for them.
And now I'm thinking about limited run games. There's a ton of them now.
Yeah, and they don't... I mean, now Best Buy carries them. You go to Best Buy and they have a bunch of their limited run games. I'm like,
yeah, that seems a bit problematic. But how many limited run games do you think have been released? Well over 100 at this point?
Yeah, I think when you look at the number, it's like 160 something now.
And for me, I have a hard time knowing which ones I need, which ones I really don't need.
Yeah, because I don't know. At first, I was interested in them, but then I realized they were taking literally any game people would give them to print a run, and I'm like, half these games are crap. They started off with cool stuff, like Saturday Morning RPG, and then it became... I don't know what the hell they have now, but half of it I'm like, that's like a 20-minute game for $60? I don't think so. Yeah, see, that is the problem. So what I've done for you guys out there is I reached out to my buddy Church, the Game Grinder, on YouTube, and I asked him to give us a few of his games that are must-own, really good, limited run games. So Church, give it to the people.
What's up, Rebel Gaming Club? I'm Church of the Game Grinder, one half of the Game Tenants podcast, and I've been asked to share with you my top 3 must-have limited run releases. So this is definitely going to be a divisive list, but let's get to it. So number 3 on this list is going to be Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, a retro-styled prequel for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night that is very much done in the style of Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. This has the diverging paths, switching characters, and pretty much everything else you would love in Castlevania 3. Next up on my list is a game you definitely do not want to judge by its cover, and that is Rabby Reeby. This is an indie-developed Metroidvania, and believe it or not, I feel like this is one of the best Metroidvanias available. Don't take my word for it, it's rated in the top 100 games on Steam, so that definitely says something. And kind of the catch with this game is it's a very large, wandering Metroidvania with tons of boss fights, and basically mixes in kind of the bullet hell gameplay style with the boss fights, and it's a game that encourages replays. Then, my number 1 must-have limited run release, if you know anything about me, or you can tell in the background, I'm a huge fan of the Shantae series. They've actually released 2 of the Shantae games, but I'm talking about Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, which I have both variants of the PlayStation 4 version, and I also have it on the Nintendo Switch. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is part 3 of the Shantae series. Fantastic, varied gameplay, awesome pixel art, and a fantastic soundtrack by Jake Kaufman. And it's a game I could not recommend more. So again, thanks for having me, guys. I will catch you later. Toodaloo.
Hey, yeah, those are good.
Those are good games. He loves Shantae.
That is a fun game. If you're a platformer, I love it.
So that is...
If you're a platformer person, it's good, yeah.
So I haven't dabbled with any of the newer Shantae. They're just remakes, right?
Yeah. As far as I know, yeah.
Just upscaled. So, Church, thank you very much for that list there. Maybe that'll help some of you guys out there that are on the fence about some of these games, because at this point, you either go to Best Buy and hope that they've re-released them, or you go on eBay and...
pay way more than you should.
But sometimes it's lower than...
Yeah, sometimes it is, but like, I don't know. See, I bought my Saturday Morning RPG for like $40 and I sold it for like $130 a couple months later, so I was like, eh.
Yeah, see, like stuff like that, but so you don't know.
Yeah.
So we got a few more pickups here. We got some mail. Some physical mail that were sent. My buddy, 97 Rob. I worked with him years ago. He was one of the few guys early on that were, they were decent people to me. Mm-hmm. And we stayed friends. He moved away, but we stay in touch every, a couple times a year we say hello. And he reached out and said he had something really cool. And I was shocked. I'm like, for one, I'm like, why do you have this? Which I didn't ask him. I probably should.
Like, all right.
I'm like, Rob, why do you have this? Or why'd you give this to me now? But he sent this Shadow Dragon art cell. This was a pre-order bonus and limited to 23,000. So really, really neat. I don't know if you're seeing it with the glare, but that's pretty awesome. That's pretty fucking neat. So Rob, thank you so much for looking out, because as we know, Shadow Dragon, it's a top 5 game all time for me. It was a game that I beat multiple times over when I was at the lowest point in my life, when I really needed something to kind of keep my mind off of how shitty my life was and how much of a fuck up I was.
Oh.
So it's a reminder, and we'll stick it over here on top of the Toys R Us truck next to my Fire Emblem Super Famicom game. Rob, thank you so much. Appreciate it, bud. Last up, we made a trade. There was a trade show on YouTube a couple weeks ago. CM Retro was hosting it. Mm-hmm. He's a wonderful YouTuber and a dear friend. And I wasn't able to get on. I watched it, but I wasn't able to, participate.
Yeah.
But my buddy Woodbury, he did. He was on there. He was participating. And he pulled out a game, and I was shocked that no one wanted to make a trade for it, to be honest with you.
Well, sometimes it happens.
It does. So after the trade show, I hit him up, sent a message, and like, what can we do to make this deal work? I want that game you showed. And he's just like, well, I want some Genesis stuff. So I filled the box of Genesis stuff, because I like Genesis, but I don't love Genesis.
Yeah, I get that.
But he does love Genesis, so this went both ways. And what do we get from Woodbury? We got a copy of Godzilla on the PS4.
I remember I bought that the day it came out, and I wish I could have returned it 20 minutes later. I was like, this is the worst game I've ever played. And I'm a monstrous Godzilla fan, but that was fucking terrible. And I know it's worth money now. I don't know why. I have not a clue.
Yeah.
It was...
It is. This is very hard to come by now. If you find it at GameStop now, you can get it for about $50 to $60, I do believe. But if you're on the open market on eBay, people are asking a lot. I mean, it's $100 and up. Which is crazy, because you got to be either like a hardcore PS4 collector or maybe like a Godzilla freak that's like, I need that for my collection.
Yeah. Some days I wish I kept it, but then I was just like, I just could not even bring myself to play it for more than a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, the way I see it, this helps Woodbury out with his Genesis collection. This helps me because, I freed up a little bit of room in my Genesis collection because it was kind of overflowing. So now he can overflow on his side, and I take up a little less room, and I add something that I've been looking for a while. So, Woodbury, thank you so much. You're a good friend. You're a good YouTuber. And it's people like you that make this community really, really fun.
There you go.
Truth.
We should play that. I just want to see you play it.
It looks so fucking awesome. That's the part.
It sure does look awesome.
God damn. Oh, and it's only a one player.
Yeah, and then when you realize every mission is identical to every other mission.
No, I've seen Let's Plays on this, and I know it's not great, but still exciting. Like I said, I'm pumped. This has been
That's awesome.
Such an awesome week of random stuff and some good luck, and just chipping away at this collection for the Wii set, and being able to interact with you guys. So, all in all, it's a win-win.
It was a good week.
You got a hot take on anything before we buzz out of this bitch?
People need to stop ruining Christmas this year. Everyone's a Grinch. Everyone. Customers, family, friends, you're all Grinches. Stop. I'm tired of it.
Is this because of your retail job at a pharmacy?
No, some customers there are a-holes, but like, you know, we have, for people that don't know, we have a thing down in Enfield, La Salette, all the lights, you know, looks really pretty. I have been searching for 3 weeks for someone to go to me. Every person I've asked, go with me. Every person I've asked is like, I'm not feeling it this year. I just don't feel Christmas this year.
Hey, Sage.
Be Christmassy, be happy.
How about...
It takes no effort to be happy. And
how about on Tuesday? Are you working Tuesday night?
This week? No.
Why don't we make a little trip out?
Let's go.
Let's go.
We'll show everyone the lights. It's fucking beautiful. Love it.
We're gonna show everyone. We can show everyone the lights. I didn't even think of that.
See? Just bring the camera. We'll record us being awesome out at the lights.
La Salette is one of those things. If you grew up in this area in New Hampshire, everyone knows. You make that trip out once a year. It's this whole hill of religious lights. I guess It's odd. It's really bizarre. You used to be able to walk around in it like a maze.
Yeah.
But someone broke their hip or some shit on the ice, so it's on a pretty good hill. So they stopped that. Now you just gotta stand at the bottom and look up. And it's always like -8 degrees when you go up, and you're just like, yep, there's the lights. Fuck. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, but just do it once a year.
Yeah, no, it's
spend
tradition.
5 minutes with me just to see it. Like, I'm not even a religious person, but it's pretty.
Yeah, it's more tradition than anything.
Yeah, it's really all it is. I'd be down for that.
All right, yeah, we'll bring the camera.
We'll all do a Christmas thing this year.
Man, I wonder if we could do a pickup at La Salette. That's never been done.
No, and it's gonna be this year.
We need a Christmas episode, so that might be it.
I'm down.
All right, so you heard it first. We're bringing you to La Salette. We're gonna do a live pickup on location. Hopefully, it's bright enough. There's enough lights, so.
I'll bring my phone with the light. We're good.
All right, guys. Then I think the hot take is done. I think we're gonna piss off now. Thank you so much. Make sure to check the down below and send in your pickups, because that'd be awesome to incorporate all you guys.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of you out there that are always snagging up cool stuff and sending photos, but send a video. You know, let's talk about it a little bit. Have a discussion.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll do it. I never show my stuff, but I'm just, I still look.
He's got stuff.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Then until next week, do what you do.
Toodaloo!